Welcome, Grand Rising, and welcome to Elijah Monet's Motivational Moment. Before I start, I must do my salutations. Abaragani, Assalamu alaikum, Ikaro. Now that I've done my salutations, let's get into the meat of the message for today. Now, we're continuing our series on self-love, self-gratitude, self-appreciation. We're concentrating on ourselves. You cannot be anything to anyone else unless you show up for yourself first. Let me say that again. You cannot be anything to anybody else unless you show up for yourself first. And having self-love, self-respect, self-compassion is not selfish. So let's get out of the notion that just because you love yourself, that you are selfish and or self-centered. That is not the case. And if you feel that way, then you need to rethink what self-love and self-care and self-compassion means. Now, yesterday we spoke about self-awareness and self-care. So today we're going to talk about self-compassion. And this is one of the things that I really had to work on because I had to forgive myself for some stupid things that I have done and have said. So we have to forgive ourselves for the things that we have done, willingly or unwillingly, places that we put ourselves in, situations that we put ourselves in, willingly or unwillingly. We have to learn to forgive ourselves for those mistakes. Treat yourself with kindness. Talk to yourself as if you would talk to a dear friend. Offer yourself understanding and support, especially during difficult times. Accept your imperfections. Recognize that everyone makes mistakes and has flaws, but be gentle with yourself when you have fallen short. Love who you are, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Love all of it. Forgive yourself. Let go of the past mistakes, and self-blame. Learn from them and move forward. Practice gratitude. Regularly acknowledging the good things in your life, including your own positive qualities and achievements. Learning to forgive yourself is a big, major step in moving forward in life, because a lot of times we forgive others, but we don't forgive ourselves from the things that we've placed ourselves in. Sometimes we overlook the little things because, oh, well, I'll get to that later. Take care of yourself first, because if you don't take care of yourself, then everything that you're building is going to fall apart. Take time out for yourself. Take yourself on a trip. Take yourself to the movies. Do something nice for yourself. Okay? The next is building healthy relationships. Surrounding yourself with supportive people. Spending time with individuals who uplift and encourage you. Letting go of toxic relationships. Distance yourself from people, places, and things who are negative, critical, and draining. Remove yourself from those situations. Nurture your connections. Invest time and effort in relationships that are positive and fulfilling. The next one is set meaningful goals. Identify your aspirations. Think about what you want to achieve and in the different areas of your life. Break down goals into smaller bite-sized pieces. This makes you feel more manageable. It makes you feel more manageable and allows you to celebrate small victories along the way. Each step, if you're stepping forward, is a step toward your goal, is a step toward the ultimate end. What is your ultimate end? If your ultimate end is to lose weight, then you know you have to do some things to make that stuff come to pass. Okay? Then acknowledge your progress, recognizing and achieving your efforts and accomplishments, no matter how small. It does not matter that, you don't have to do it on a big scale all the time. Sometimes you could just do things that would really bring yourself in and says, hey, look, I achieved this on my own. I was able to fulfill this on my own. I was able to do some things on my own. Now, under practicing self-compassion, now let's do an imagery. Okay, visualize a safe place, a caring presence. Imagine that image that embalms unconditional love and acceptance. A kind of person, a spiritual figure, a warm light. Compare yourself to those things that settle you. And then imagine receiving compassion. Picture the presence of offering your comfort, understanding, and support. This is how you put into action those things that I'm speaking about self-compassion. And the next one is direct compassion toward yourself. Visualizing sending the same love, the same energy toward yourself. Do those things that make you feel happy. Do those things that make you, write a compassion letter to yourself. Imagine writing a letter to a friend about you. Remind yourself of your strengths, offering encouraging and support to yourself. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. I am meant to rule and not to be ruled. Now, how do we engage in the three components of self-compassion? And the three components is mindfulness. Acknowledge that you are suffering. Acknowledge that you have an issue. Acknowledge that these things that you're going through is not easy. Acknowledge that. Then, common humanity. Recognize that suffering is a part of human experience. Nobody gets through life without suffering something. Something is going to happen. Murphy's Law. Something is going to happen. But know that this is not unto death. It's going to make you actually go inward and find that thing to succeed. The next one is self-kindness. Offer yourself a warm understanding. I may be kind to myself in this moment, or place a hand over your heart. I love me. So those are some of the things that we need to actually do in order to help us work on our self-compassion. Then challenge self-criticism. Identify your inner critic. A lot of times our inner critic just shows up. It shows up as wanting to help. It shows up as safety. You know you can't do that. You know that didn't work for your mama. It didn't work for your auntie. Didn't work for your grandmama. Why do you think it's going to work for you? Because I'm the chosen one. It didn't work for them because they were there to help me understand the ways that I'm not supposed to go. That was their road. My road is different. Because I am chosen to succeed. Because I am chosen for a time as this. Because I am chosen to walk this way. I know that my life will be different. I have learned from my forefathers which way not to go. Now I know how to step over those things or to move about the cabin in a different way. And then question its validity, especially with criticism. What is it fair? Is it accurate? Is it helpful? How often do I get these feelings? Why does these feelings show up at this moment? And then how can I replace those criticisms with kindness? Consciously reframe the negative self-talk with more compassion and encouraging statements. I can do all things. This is my time. I was chosen for this. And then practice gratitude for your effects. Acknowledge your attempts. Even when you don't achieve the desired outcome, recognize the effort. Recognize the effort that you have put in place to achieve it. And then appreciate your strengths and qualities. I didn't know that I could make it this far, but I did. Now I have to make it to the next step. So what do I have to put in place for me to make it to tomorrow? What must I put in place that things will be better? Then integrate self-compassion into your everyday life. Start small. Begin by practicing self-compassion in small, everyday moments of struggle. Be patient. Cultivating self-compassion takes time and patience. Don't get discouraged if it takes or feel awkward to you. Be gentle with yourself. There'll be times when you struggle to be self-compassionate. Acknowledge it without judging and then try again. Those are some things that you must try, especially when we're talking about being compassionate and having compassion and trying to walk in the way of just being yourself and learning to love who you are. Like I said before, it is not easy, but it's worth it. And respond to yourself with kindness and understanding, practicing mindfulness during your suffering. So with that being said, guys, I have got to go. You can go to my YouTube page, Yolanda Monet Hatter. Check out all my YouTube talks. I have Black History Moments. I have my visits to different plantations, travel, all those things. I have that on my website or on my YouTube page, which is Yolanda Monet Hatter. And remember, I love you, but God loves you more. And I will see you at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. Peace.